Hello everybody, my name is Ulrich with YouFixItAuto, and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace your air filter and cabin air filter using my 2000 GMC Sierra 1500 as an example. Now all the products that I use today are going to be linked in the description below, and this can be done using household tools found lying around. Alright, let's get to it. Now we're going to start with popping the hood. Just pulling on this lever. Once you pop your hood, then you just have to locate your air box. Now, the orientation of every car or truck can be a little different, but it's all relatively the same. My air box is located right here. Now, in order to remove the air box, it requires you taking out 4 Phillips head screws found in these locations here. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now with all 4 screws loosened, all you do is give it a little tug and remove the air box up and out of the way, being careful not to pinch on any hoses or crack anything. Now simply just remove the old air filter and inspect the air box, making sure there's no nests or any critters living in there. And mine just happens to be a little dirty, so I'm going to pull out the vacuum and clean it up a little bit. Now I'm going to be using a vacuum with a brush attachment in order to agitate all the dirt that's in there, making it a lot easier for cleanup. Then after, I'm going to wipe it down with a microfiber cloth. What you're going to want to do is compare the old filter with the new filter. And besides seeing how clean it is, what you're going to want to do is you want to compare the amount of pleats that you see on there and make sure that you see a good amount of pleats. Pop the new one inside of the box. Then place the cover back on. Make sure that the bolts or screws align. And now we're just going to bolt or screw in the 4 screws to tighten the box right back up again. And that should be it for the air filter. Now we're going to move on to the cabin air filter. Now for the cabin air filter, we're just going to be going through the passenger side. And we just have to remove this cover here, which consists of 3 bolts. Here's 1. Here's 2. Good. And the third one is located right over here. It's kind of hard to see, and mine is actually missing, which most people tend to leave it off. So in order for you to make it there, you may have to get a long socket and feed it first through and then attach the ratchet right after. Now you just remove the cover. Now with the cover off, you should be able to locate the cabin air filter. Just follow this piece all the way down until you see a 5.5mm bolt located right here. Just take your socket and ratchet and undo the bolt. Now with the bolt removed, you should be able to just pop out the little cover, exposing the cabin air filter. And oh man, look at this one. This one is dirty. It looks like lots of things have been wedged up in there. Now's a really good time to replace it. All you have to do is just pull it out. And with the vacuum, I'm just going to clean up the area. That way I leave less of a mess when I pull this air filter out. Good. Now once we remove the filter, what we're going to want to do is clean up a little bit more because there is a second one lodged in there. I'm going to shine a little bit of light in there so that way you can see better. There we go. Okay, now it's all a matter of just finding a comfortable way to grab onto it and just pull it out. Just like that. Pull it up and out, and there we go. Now's a good time to compare the two cabin air filters. Besides being absolutely clean, what you want to do is you want to compare the amount of pleats on both, as well as look at the lettering, so that way if it indicates airflow, to follow that. And in this case, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab the side with the lettering, and you're going to want to pop that side in so that it's facing you. Just go ahead and slide it in. And then push it back. And then you grab the second one and then just put it back in its place. Then you grab the cover back on, and like I said before, it does hook in, so you just hook it back in its place. Put the 5.5mm bolt back in, and with the socket and ratchet, make sure it's nice and snug, not too tight, so that way you break the plastic. And then you put the plastic cover back on. Now the trick here is to make sure that right there is where the bolt goes in, and you just have to make sure that you feed it first through. Put the 2 bolts back in, and then you're done. And the last thing I recommend is to look through your owner's manual and find the maintenance record and record what you did. And with that, we're done. Now, please, if you like the video, like and subscribe in order to support the channel. I will be doing more builds on this truck, such as a tune-up and fluid changes, and I will also be doing a car audio build, so please stay tuned for that and subscribe if you want to see more. And I do have other projects that I plan on working on as well. But if you want to see the channel grow, please like it and share it and subscribe it. Thank you so much.